I had never heard of the term doughboy before, so if nothing else, Bosko the Doughboy did educate me. A doughboy is apparently the name or a nickname for the infantrymen in America during the First World War. And needless to say, in this cartoon, Bosko is fighting in the Great War. This was released in 1931, directed by Hugh Harman. And I have to say, it's not too bad. It's actually visually quite appealing. Visually, there are a lot of things that stood out to me. It's very well animated. It felt realistic at some points, and especially the barbed wire fencing above the trenches. Fencing, is that the right word? The barbed wire above the trenches looked so gritty and so realistic. And there's this one shot where all of these gun barrels just peer over the rim and they all just begin shooting. And yes, it's animated, but it could have been a shot from a live action film. I thought it was very well done. That might be a slight exaggeration, but you get the point. It felt atmospheric, it felt quite gritty. There are times, of course, when it's meant to be quite funny. There's a character who I think might have had fleas. I'm not entirely sure if it was fleas or just bits of mud that was flaking off of him. Bosco is eating a tin of baked beans at one point, or a pan of baked beans, and what happens there I just thought was rather amusing. Not how it would have worked in real life. There are certainly things about this that are unrealistic. For example, one character at the beginning gets blasted, and instead of dying, he just gets a hole through his stomach through which he can poke his head. So, on the one hand, it feels quite gritty and realistic, and on the other, yeah, definitely not. That's not the case. But I didn't think it was too bad. I kind of liked it. I thought it worked very well. Bosco as a character was interesting enough, but a lot of the time he wasn't the main focus, and that didn't bother me. I enjoyed it throughout without really being bothered about which character was the main attention. I thought it was pretty good. If you like war-based cartoons, I think it's one that you'll find well animated with an interesting enough narrative. It definitely looks at all facets of trench life, if you like, and gives a really interesting, occasionally comical, and very well animated overview. I wasn't sure what to expect from the title, as I said, but once I kind of understood what it was about and did a bit of Googling about what a doughboy is, it made a lot of sense, and I really liked it. I have to say, so far, and I still have quite a few to see, but so far, I think Bosco the Doughboy is my favourite Bosco cartoon. I don't care for the character of Bosco yet. I don't know if I ever will, but certainly the animation itself, I really enjoyed.